That's just it. Because they've been exposed to a lot of corruption.
Okay, anyway, away from that particular one, let's quickly move on to another headline, before we let you go on. Right now, this one is even from the president. The president have actually said they are going to clamp down on food hoarders. And of course, this has shown how much food has become a problem for a lot of Nigerians. And even one of the headlines on Daily Trust this morning, talks about a man being knocked down by a vehicle because he stole a woman's food here in the FCT. So when you look at all of this, truly, is it true that certain individuals are hoarding food in the country, thereby causing, what they call artificial scarcity?
I think it has to be stated that Nigeria is fast getting to a point of, I don't know if you've read Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Nigeria is fast getting to a point in like Les Miserables when I think it was Fontaine had to sell her teeth to be able to eat. That's what we're getting to. Or like Charles Dickens. And these guys, the likes of Victor Hugo and Charles Dickens, they were chroniclers of their era. And they were writing about the massive poverty that was in their era. I mean, other Charles Dickens England, you had a lot of books that talked about the poverty. You have books like Sibyl or Two Nations, that were written by Benjamin Disraeli, former prime minister, that was talking about the massive poverty, and Sibyl, was a daughter of somebody from the poor, and she fell in love with, the rich people and all of that. That's why it was called Sibyl, Two Nations. Well, in fact, Benjamin Disraeli read a theatrist and was talking about the fact that there were two nations in England, a nation for the rich and a nation for the poor. And that's why you had stories of Charles Dickens writing about Oliver Twist, that was always asking for more. And the reason why Oliver Twist always asked for more was because there was massive poverty in the land. But look at it, those nations try to fix those problems there by setting up a very strong welfare system in place that culminated in the 40s, with the beverage plan, and they setting up with NHS, to help their people. But for us, our people are just left to their own devices, and that's the sad reality of our life as we speak.
All right.
So we need to do something about the poverty.
Okay, Mr. Rufai, moving on to another story this morning. We have tanker drivers threatening to stop petrol lifting on Monday, and this is in the wake of another threat of fuel scarcity, as the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners on Thursday, they vowed to stop lifting petroleum products beginning from next week Monday due to the high cost of operations. Which way forward, Mr. Rufai?
It's just like a wholesale shutdown for Nigeria as we speak. And in all of this, President Tinubu again has gone to where Addis Ababa. I'm not seeing a good leadership response. That's my problem. I'm not seeing a good leadership response. I'm not seeing a response that is robust enough. That's why I hope he does something about it.
Mr. Rufai, it seems as though when it feels like a game of whack-a-mole, right? You hit this one, this problem, another problem here pops up, and then you hit that one, another pops up. Like, which one should even the president address first? Because we're faced with a lot. There's insecurity, there's food insecurity.
But the funny thing, he started the game of whack-a-mole. That's the problem. He started the game of whack-a-mole with two ill-thought-out decisions. Subsidy, gone. Then secondly, floating the naira without having fundamentals to defend. Those were the things that set up a chain reaction. He started the game of whack-a-mole. Some of us have argued, subsidy, yes, needs to go, but it needs to be phased out. And you need to do it in such a way it's not going to hurt the people. And you cannot say you want to pull the plug and, let the naira float when you don't have fundamentals to defend the naira. You're going to bring devaluation and hardship. But then he said he was a superhero. And, when he got in, he needed the endorsement of the West a lot. Because, don't forget the economists had said his elections were flawed and things like that. No, all of a sudden, when he took those key neoliberal decisions, the West started to praise him. But let me tell you this. We are largely very Keynesian in this country. Markets don't lead the forces of our economy. You know what leads it? It's still largely government spending. Have you ever wondered why the VAT collected in Abuja is one of the highest? Because of government contracts and the likes. So it is still largely government-led. We are still largely Keynesian. So when you bring in your liberal economics, because you want to favor the West, yeah, the West have said all the right things to you now. Oh, he was bold, he's this, he's that. But it is the West too that's now attacking you because you reneged on most of those decisions. But take, for instance, the IMF was saying the other day that you've brought back subsidies.
Mm-hmm.
So you know you couldn't pull out subsidies in the first place. But when you saw the implication, so why did you announce it? Why did you go on the wild goose chase? You floated the naira now. You've devalued so much. I would have thought that you should have at least borrowed to block the fundamentals while you solve the legacy problems of demand and supply in the market until things stabilize. But now you've devalued so much to the point now a lot of people in your cabinet are saying the naira is undervalued. But you're not telling us the true value. Oh, the finance, what is it called? The finance minister the other day said the fair value of the naira is 700. Today is 1,600. Then the hardship and the poverty aside. So he started the game of whack-a-mole. He set up the domino that started the game of whack-a-mole. And he's got to fix it. Ain't nobody gonna fix it for him, ain't it? He's gonna fix it because he started it. So he better start fixing it. Ain't nobody got time to fix it for him. He started it. He should fix it.
And part of the fixing is probably the meeting that he will be having at the AU to discuss all of this as well.
What AU? Beg AU, that's such a big joke. What AU? What has AU be able to say as regards all the coups in the West African sub-region? And at the same time, a lot of things are erupting. Look at what happened in Senegal. Guess I don't know if you played the exclusive interview I sent you.
I did.
With Professor K.B. Niang. I'm still going to do more. And now, the council, I think Constitutional Council in Senegal are saying they are going against the National Assembly, that they have no right to be able to postpone the elections. I'm going to see if I can get that professor, a top professor in Senegal, Professor K.B. Niang, to break things down for us again. Tinubu wanted to go to Senegal, but they said, oh, it's an internal crisis because he knows the ECOWAS is in disarray. So what did AU say about that? ECOWAS has gone AWire under him. So we're fighting regional problems. We're also fighting local problems. So he needs to, and most of these things were part of his poor decision-making process. Look at Niger. That was how you were so quick to say you want to invade. If everybody didn't stop you. That's why Niger is disrespecting us today. Look at the circular they issued as regards flights. We can't fly over their airspace. So he started all these problems. Ain't nobody gonna fix it for him because he said, I know what I'm getting into. He's gonna fix. All we can do is to analyze and give him ideas. He's got to fix it fix it. So the domino that started the whack-a-mole, he started it.
Okay.
That's why decisions matter as the president. I gotta go this morning, guys. Bless you.
Rufai, please, I know you need to go. Please, I need to hear your thoughts on this one. And it has to do with the Obi Dati campaign. We saw them render a statement of account yesterday.
No, that's a disarray already. I'm sorry, with due respect. The Labour Party is in disarray. Mr. Bure came on TV and indicted another woman called Maria Labake, the former acting chairman of the party. And he said they were the ones that co-signed the check. I would do my investigative journalism and try to track down that woman. I would get her to speak on tape. There's more to that story than what Abure said.
Very true.
The Labour Party and money is in disarray. So is it going to be a VO News exclusive? What's it called? A VOP exclusive when we get it.
Oh, very true. Very true. Anyway, thank you so much.
I would track down Labake to get her own side. Did she sign those checks with Abure? More will come out. The Labour Party is in disarray, and that's what money does to politics and politicians.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. RUFAI, for joining us. We wish you a quick recovery.
Yeah.
Do take care of yourself.
Thank you. Bless you.
All right.
Okay, remember we're live on